What we'll do is we'll address the if you want to, you can just talk
Same
to me about
adjournment
it.
as that, no one's getting
We're
back
gonna-
to it.
We talked about
So I
this
didn't know
past,
about
we're gonna
the
incorporate this in
Help.
with what Glenn's doing right now.
I will make sure.
That way if you want to address it.
Okay.
This is the HR, there are like 3 copies. This
We're
is
just kinda wanting to
for
make
Phil
sure,
read.
and then adjourn them, 'cause that's not you guys.
Okay.
What we got, Bob?
We're live, just so you know.
That's a statement for you to read before you introduce the HR resolution.
What's the HR resolution?
I'll say something.
So is this talking about
Why it needs to be done,
payroll and claims?
not claims, because we can't do that. You don't have to read it, it's just if you want to say something, you've got the option.
We're gonna have to pass this. So we need her to get a resolution.
This is live.
And then you want me to have it just so I'd say before we vote, I'll just
If you
read
want.
it. Yeah, I'll read it. Lisa. We need a resolution. We need a resolution number. This is about you doing payroll.
Yep, we'll have those.
Oh, you already have one?
767-01-26.
I don't think, he doesn't have a resolution for the claims. I thought he had to do one for the claims, but I guess I'll ask him when he gets back up here. I'm confused on that, because I thought that's what he was doing.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Tim and I talked about that. I thought we had to do it. Maybe we don't have to do it.
Didn't you say we didn't have to?
Well, that's, yeah, but I don't know. The other day he told me we had to. Time.
It should be live. We should be good, guys. Just checking.
It's my bad.
I'm on YouTube. Town meeting. It's going.
Hey, Bob. Bob.
They want you.
So we don't have a resolution for her to do claims.
She does claims by statute. She has to do claims.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we didn't have, okay.
Yeah,
That's all I wanted to make sure.
fix that.
Okay. So she has to do it by statute.
Yep, it's going. We're live. We're live. It's on. It's listening to you, Petra. Everything you
Right.
say.
I guess this was, Diane said she saw this in the Kendallville thing. It's just about the lead pipes. I don't know if there's something on there for you. I just said I would keep it.
That's what's going out to residents.
She found it on,
saying-
I think she found it and printed it off. Just
Saw
thought
it
maybe
on
it might help
Facebook.
us.
Kendallville posted that.
You might already have it, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, send them up. Public notice or whatever.
She just saw and thought maybe it could be useful. I don't know. Just kind of what Kendallville's doing.
Yeah, because I just watched it. I just pulled it up.
Okay.
We don't really have to do the determination of quorum, so I'm not even gonna. But we'll do the election. Well, we're gonna let him do it first. We'll do this.
Yeah, do the pledge allegiance.
Let's let him. Is that about time?
5:59 by my.
Yeah, that's what I got. 5:59.
I should think.
It's getting cold as crap again this weekend. Well, I wondered why he was doing it already, because see, when we did it last year, when we said that we need to start doing it, I thought every 2 years.
But we just did it, and we only,
But I-
1 month into
Yeah,
it, and
so-
we're gonna spend another 20,000.
Well, we don't have to, and that's a question. And it might be something to where we can tell Brian, can not necessarily hold that price, but can you let these guys know this is too early? We haven't even had enough billing process to know if it's worth it.
So, but I mean, his reasoning to see if we put the rate high enough, then why don't we put the rate higher first time?
I mean,
So at this point, I
it's
just
something to
don't see
discuss.
spending another $1,000.
Is it something we do at the first of the year? Or the year? 6 o'clock, call the meeting to order. If we could all rise, please, we'll do the national anthem. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We're gonna do something first here. Our town manager, our town marshal has a special thing he'd like to do. Glenn, if you'd like to come up and take care of that, and he'll do the talking on this part.
So, not very often on a small department, you get to recognize someone for years of service and retire. Most departments, small departments, officers come and go, and they get their academy training, and they move on to bigger departments or receive a promotion or completely leave the field with the things that are going on in our country today, just completely leave the field totally. So, tonight's a great opportunity. Got some information in the last week and a half about one of our officers that has over 20 years of service with our department, which, if you're not familiar, the law enforcement section of our town with our pension, 10 years you're vested, and 20 to 25 you're basically got your full term in. So this officer has over 20 years of service. So Chris, why don't you come on up here? So Chris has done a great job for us, and Chris came to us a long time ago from a recommendation from State Trooper, and I knew this State Trooper real well, and he says, hey man, I got a guy that might be good for your reserves, and I go, man, coming from you, I don't know. But I said, what's his name? He says, well, it's my brother-in-law, his name's Chris Hauser, he works for the Department of Corrections. He says, well, there's one strike against the guy. No. But, so anyway, we put him on the reserve, so Chris came up through the reserve program, and was working in that capacity, and then we had a full-time opening, and Chris got that full-time opening, and since then he's done a phenomenal job on the police department. Done a little bit of everything for us. Anything I've ever asked him to do, he's just done a great job. So, but we appreciate your service, and this is a small token of our appreciation from the town board and from me for 20 years of dedicated service to the police department. So if you'll accept this plaque here, it says Chris Hauser for 20 years of service to Avilla Police Department. Congratulations. And Chris is going to stay on with us part-time, so we can still utilize him, unless you changed your mind since.
No. Hey, thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Sorry to
Thank
see
you,
you
Chris,
go, but
very
we
much.
appreciate all you've ever done for us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Together. Okay.
Am I?
Smile.
I didn't want to be. I think that's for them. Oh, yeah. All right, well, thank you, Chris. Glenn, thank you. We appreciate it. He'll be missed, and those are big shoes to fill, and, we got to make sure we fill it right. So hopefully, Glenn, with his help on that, we'll find the right person. And again, thank you. One thing we got to do now is we got to do the election of the officers, and that would be just for the council, 3-person council. One is the president, but in my opinion, we all work as a team. Phil, that's the way it should always be, no matter what it is. So we would have to make a decision on how we want to handle that for this coming year of being the president.
I'm fine with you being a president for another year. My ask is I just get the opportunity to run some meetings over the year. Because you're leaving, so
Yes.
if Bill doesn't want to do it, someone's going to have to run the meetings. So just to give me some practice to mess up.
Your thoughts, Bill?
Oh, I agree, it's fine, yeah, we just put you back in, and like I said, we'll just let Andy go every couple of a month or something, just so he knows what's going on.
And I'm fine with fulfilling that duty, but I'm also fine with not just Andy filling in, not really filling in, just kind of trading a seat, a meeting here and there, or every other meeting, or whatever that turns out to be. And even Bill, if he wanted to, he's kind of said he doesn't want to, but Andy does. So someone will be in this seat next year. It will not be me. I've got 11 more meetings after tonight, so not that I'm counting them down, but it's just the truth. Count the months. But, so yeah, I'd be glad to do it again. I'll do the best I can, especially this whole rest of this year. And Andy, of course, can step in and do meetings. And we'll just kind of bear with us, because we're not changing anything. We're just letting somebody else kind of get their so-called feet wet and be able to kind of be prepared for the next year. But we would need a motion on that, though.
I'll make a motion to appoint Phil as council president for 2026.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Next, we're gonna do approval of the claims, and I did not write it
I
down.
got it, 584, 886.44.
So any questions on that, or ladies, anything you might wanna add to that, Lisa or Petra? Any questions, Ben?
Nope.
Okay, we would need an approval on that.
Make a motion, we approve the claims as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Next, we'll need approval of the 12/17/2025 Town Council meeting minutes from last month. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Nope.
We need a motion for that
I'll
then.
make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Next, town manager report. Last month, we made, we let everybody made aware that our town manager, Adam Dunlap, resigned. We have started the process, accepting resumes. We've gotten it out on some things. We're still trying to get it out in the newspaper. But it's a word of mouth too. We are accepting resumes for that position. And, but in the meantime, that's a lot of work that was kind of being done by all of us, especially the ones that center themselves up here every day. We're kind of hit and miss, but we were all doing our share. So we decided to ask Bill Lay, and I think everyone here pretty much knows Bill. He worked here forever. He was our town manager. He retired. We asked him if he would come back and just kind of help us, bits and pieces, but probably more than that. And he thought about it with his wife, and he decided he would. So we're glad to have him back. We will do a couple things to here later in this meeting, because he's not doing it for free. We understand that. And Bill said he would have a few things he wanted to talk about, so he's kind of our town manager at this time. We might call it part-time, but he's really our town manager filling in at this time.
This is my third week back part-time, so just a couple things I've been working on. I've been working every day trying to get all the advertising done for the town manager position. So hopefully in the next day or two, I'll have that finally out. Still trying to find things that disappeared from my office when I was in there, so both on the computer and in the office. So I don't know what happened to all of them. I filed for 5 vehicle titles and registrations today. I put them in the mail that hadn't been done for over a year, so.
Unfortunate.
Hopefully we don't get gigged on that. I was working on the RAM, but I guess Lisa got that figured out. And I'd like to know how you guys want to proceed with interviews with the town manager.
One of you guys want to go first, or?
Go ahead.
My opinion is, we kind of put a deadline when we want to get him, and we were hoping by the end of the month, whether we're successful in how many I get. I was talking to Bill about that, and of course, the council will need to be the ones doing the interview, and I asked myself, and it'll be up to these two gentlemen also, if he would be willing to set in just another set of ears and eyes, and understanding the job more than we do is what really a town manager is, and Bill said he would be willing to help us on that. Just to get it started. That's kind of where I stand. I don't know about you guys, but, and I think we got to make sure we establish for legalities that we can meet and have interviews. And I'm thinking if we would interview multiple, say 4 as an example, talking to Bill, maybe do 2 in one night and 2 the next night, so you could kind of try to keep it together and you're not up here every night late. Do a 5 and a 6 or 4:30, 5:30, whatever can work, and do it all, 2 nights in a row. If we've got that many that we want to, that we even want to interview, but I think if we get resumes, we should do diligence on interviewing.
Sure.
That's my thoughts, but I guess we need to get those resumes to get that
The
point.
deadline for submittal is the 13th of
13th of February.
August. February.
13th of February.
Okay, so,
So that's on a Friday, so I would assume, I would like to suggest that you do it as soon as possible after that. So maybe some that are good ones don't go somewhere else in the meantime.
yeah, I mean, if we got deadline till the 13th, I suppose we could always interview a little bit earlier with some that we already received.
I've got 2 so far. I know at least 1 more coming, maybe 2 more.
So maybe you could keep us updated if you receive those 2 more this week, and then we would need to set up. It has to be local in the paper, be a notification that we're gonna meet, maybe if we would choose to do Monday and Tuesday of next week, or Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. I don't know what you gentlemen, I know Andy, you got a lot going on, so it's a little bit on what your
We
schedule
schedule
can
it.
be.
I'll schedule it. We get it scheduled.
Need 5 days notice for executive.
5 days, okay, so I guess we can,
48 hours.
Yeah, I'm full Monday through Thursday.
I'll double
Next week
check
I
that
don't have
now.
any time.
you don't next week,
I got games 4 nights in a row.
okay. Bill is saying he's not available at all next week, so.
If we do executive session, can me and him still do it?
Yes, you can do it with 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I
I
would
guess,
rather get it going. I don't want
Yeah.
people waiting. Like, we got a good candidate.
absolutely.
Like, I'm,
So I guess what we could do then for tonight, Bill, is we'll speak about this and we'll have something set up. We won't make an exact decision, because you gotta contact the people and even see what day they can come. You know, and I know we got, is it a 5 day, is that correct? Or is it a 48 hour like the normal executive?
48 hours.
I think Bill's probably right.
Okay.
But
So
if
we
you're saying
would,
it for Monday or Tuesday, you're gonna be good either way.
well, but we'd even have to make sure that any of these candidates would even be available that time. So we'll make sure we get something
Do
kinda
Tuesday.
started this week,
don't do Monday.
yeah.
Tuesday will
Okay.
work better for me.
So,
And Bill, you can submit questions in writing.
Yep.
if you
Okay.
want.
All right.
That can be answered.
okay. All right, Bill, so we'll be in touch with that, maybe even tomorrow, I can maybe speak to you. Or Andy can, okay. Bill, thank you.
Thanks,
Next
Bill.
is,
Thanks, Bill.
or you guys have questions, I'm sorry.
I just, thanks for helping us out.
Absolutely. Superintendent of Utilities, Brian Carroll, please.
I'll skip through here and get the ones I'm asking for money on and
Yep.
mention a few other ones. Last month, we had a water main break on Baum Street. It actually had issues in 2 different spots, so I ended up calling Lay Excavating in to help us out, since we had to have 2 crews to try to work the 2 different spots. His bill come in at $2,365.
We will need to approve that. Yeah, I know that was a lot of work you guys were unable to get fixed, and I was aware you needed to call him in. But we will want to approve that, guys. That was over amount.
I'll make a motion to approve Lay Excavating to help with the water main repair in the amount of $2,365.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Thanks for getting that fixed, Brian.
Yep. I know people's been asking about the water filter, and the rust in the water and stuff like that. We had inspection done the 22nd of last month. They come in today and talked to me about it and just discussed a few items. They said the filter looks really good. The repairs that were done on it 10 years ago. But they can't see any issues in the filter itself with the rust. They did give me some ideas, maybe start flushing hydrants twice a year. And I know it takes them a while to flush hydrants, so maybe if we do it in a shorter period of time, that'll help get the lines cleared out and not pushing stuff around so much. I mean, there's just some ideas they give us to work on it, but the filter itself, they said everything looked good, pretty much normal.
Do they give you like a checklist or a certificate or anything to say you're good to go, or they just come in and they're like,
They just
you're
come in and
good?
tell you. Yeah, just come and tell you. Yeah. But that's what's going on in that. We're going down to the lead lines, since you guys gave me a thing on lead lines. We've talked about it in the past meetings that, then whoever brought this out, remember, he said brought it in, but we have sent those out to residents in the town also.
Good.
It's yearly mandated, we have to do that, and the people that get it either have lead service line. Only lead service lines we found in town is from the main to the curb stop in the people's yards. We've never found one from the house to the curb stop. But if it's lead from the main to the curb stop, and then you're connected to galvanize, that's still considered lead, the galvanized, because the lead will leach out into the galvanized and absorb it in the side of it. But even now, if you change to plastic, like on some streets we've changed to plastic, and one time you were connected to lead and you still have galvanized, that galvanized will be considered as a lead line. It needs to be changed. And I know Kendallville, they got a quote out or a bid out for 485 services that they're gonna change out. They're doing everything. They've got grants and they've got loans and stuff to do it. I haven't heard what the cost of it's gonna be, but it's gonna be way up there.
Do you know how many you might have told me, Brian, you thought?
I don't have an
And
exact
I know it's a
number.
guesstimate, but
I'm gonna say right around 100. Maybe a little
so
over.
we could always try possibly going for a grant instead of having the homeowner be paid for it, because you don't know what maybe is going on with that homeowner on their financial, background.
When's it gotta be done by?
We have to have a plan by 2027 to remove 10% every year, and then it has to be completed by 37.
So, can't we?
Do you have any information on how to look at the grants, maybe through Kendallville or
Yes.
anything like that?
I mean,
Well, can't we just have a plan to, I mean, how long does it take to do one? Like, is 25 a year a lot?
how far we're gonna go though, I mean, that's the thing we could decide. In the street, it's not bad, I mean, we did yours several
Yeah.
years ago, it's,
Yep.
we can do 2 or 3 a day sometimes. It's the homeowner part of it, how that all works.
I mean, if
Yeah.
we game plan, if we plan for 25 a year, we can be done by 2037, right?
Right, but it's paying for it, I mean,
That's what I'm saying, if we did that, scaled it out, wouldn't that help budget that out then?
I mean, it's something we're gonna sit down and discuss sometime here.
I like the idea of looking for grants, and then, of course, if the homeowner has to be part of it, that's what we have to do.
So what I've been doing, the ones we've changed out in the last few years, is I've offered, you have to offer, when you have it dug up, you have to offer the homeowner an opportunity to change their side. And then, according to the rules, you have to ask them 4 times, 2 different ways, and then you have to document all that if they say no. But then, even down the road, that's still gonna be considered a lead line no matter what, so.
So
We-
should we just game plan to do it ourselves then? Is that what you're saying?
We could do it ourselves, but
I
then,
mean, is that what you're saying? Even if they say no, they're still gonna have lead lines,
no, you just let it go, but
so it's on them then?
it's on them all the way, yeah. And you just gotta have the documentation saying, they said no twice or whatever, 4 times.
We probably in the very near future need to really sit down and figure out what we wanna do, and then
Try
we'll
to
just
do that.
have to start going, and that'll be our plan, and try our best to stick to it. Whether it means contacting all the homeowners and doing this 4 times, whether getting grants to help the cause, you know, or, 'cause I'm sure it's not gonna be a cheap expense.
Bill, you wanna get those grants in your part-time?
Say what?
So you wanna get those grants in your part-time
I'll
job?
get tomorrow.
Thank you. He will.
I know you've got the badge readers down here, but we need a new door at the wastewater plant to put the badge reader in, at the door, at the wastewater plant. I had, Norton's quoted $1,900 for a new door. That's the new hardware, painting the door and installing it. That's no
Needed-
seals, seals
that's
is another
needed
200
now?
bucks. Pardon?
Needed now.
To do the badge reader, we'll have to.
You said Norton's?
We need a motion.
I make a motion, we approve Norton's to put in a new door at the, water treatment?
Wastewater.
Wastewater treatment plant for, $1,900.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Our IMEA membership, which is our electrical association, safety meeting and our membership dues are due, and it's $5,482.54 for that. And that would come out of electric.
That's every year. I don't
Yeah.
know that we have to approve that. That's part of,
I wasn't sure, I threw it on here just in
I
case.
don't think we have to. I don't believe we
It's
need
just a
to.
yearly service.
Yeah, I don't believe we vote for that.
Okay, the next one you have to.
Yep.
That's Carl Tanner, professional consulting service. It's a $10,000 retaining, like, it's just the same that we did within our electric one. That we can call him at any time and use him for different questions, stuff like wastewater and water. Up to $10,000 we're covered under contract here.
Did we use them last year?
I use him every year.
Yeah, he's.
Do we use the 10,000? Like, is that?
We get pretty close sometimes. All depends what happens. I mean,
Sure. I'm just saying like 10,000's like a number we generally are close
that's
to
normal, most
using.
of them we do, yeah.
But we're using it. Like, it's not wasted, I'm asking. Like,
When you use it, you don't lose it, so.
Yeah, and then only 2 exceed, so we don't automatically pay him 10.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
Not
as
to
it
exceed.
goes.
Not
by.
to exceed.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would need a motion on that, and we have been using Tanner Consulting for a few years now at least.
I'll make a motion to approve the professional consulting service for Tanner Consulting for $10,000,
Not
Is
to
there a
exceed-
second?
Not to exceed 10,000.
not to exceed $10,000.
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
The next one's another service, we'll skip it. Boiler in the water plant went bad. It has a leak in it, non-repairable. And I've got 3 quotes, and there are 3 different options. I have Hensiger Plumbing and Heating. They're quoting out a demand unit. It's not actually the boiler, it's on-demand unit to do it. His quote was $7,413. I have Brockman Heating and Air quoting out just to replace the unit as is with everything. It's $9,957. Then he also gave me a quote for replacing the boiler with a combination unit, which would include hot water heater in it. So you could do away with the hot water heater there and it'd be all in one unit, and that's $11,957. And I also contacted Alpha since he was local. He just said he's too busy to get to it right now.
So these are all, actually, these are all three different quotes, so we don't always have to take the lowest, because they're all three different quoting, so what are you recommending? Like with Hensinger, it's a little different, you said it's not a boiler, so,
I mean, he said that it would work for what we do. I mean, it's not a very big building that we heat, but we need the heat in there to control the humidity and stuff for the tank sweating and all that, so condensation.
So the 74, so the
74.
Hensinger quote will cover what you need.
That's what he tells me. Sit back here, we can ask him.
Clarify.
go ahead. I'd like to hear the difference.
Yeah.
It's a tankless boiler is what it is. It does everything that a boiler does, it just hangs on the wall and does it like it's a tankless. So it's kind of like an on-demand and a boiler at the same time. My only caution, and I know I don't get a say in what someone else does, those combination boilers have been having some issues, which is why I don't use them anymore.
Okay.
So this is actually a different unit.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, because normally when you get three quotes, you not always have to take the low
Apples to
one,
apples.
but you, there's not a comparison on any of these three. I don't, any questions, guys? I mean, if we know for safe that that's sufficient, I mean, that's, the money would be what we wanna do.
What's the warranty? What's the warranty?
I don't know, it's on the quote there somewhere.
I don't have the quote.
I just got the numbers.
Lifetime.
Until I walk out the door.
30.
Oh, I've got here someplace.
Maybe a 10-year, maybe, or something.
Oh, it's 10 years.
That'd be sound about right.
Warranty is heat exchangers 7, parts 3 years, labor 2 years.
Okay. Well, guys, we would have to make a decision on that. It's needed, what route we wanna go.
It's just for the water plant, right? That's
Yes.
all it's for. I'm fine with the 7,400.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's gonna suffice for what we need, I'm fine
We
with
would
that.
need a motion then.
Make a motion, we approve Hensinger Plumbing for, $7,413 for the boiler for the water plant.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Thank you on that.
That's all I have, unless you guys got questions about the other stuff.
Thought maybe I did. No, but we do need to get together on that blood removal, I think.
Let's say we had
Something before
Oh, I
these
got
two.
one more thing here. Our PJ&M did go up 7%. Our electric, that's our transmission, if they charge us to get the power to the town. And that's based off of one 15-minute period per year of demand. And actually it fell in June or July this past year. It was all calculated off from, said it will be like a 7% increase.
Okay. Any questions, guys? Nope. Thanks, Brian. Next is our town marshal report. Glenn, please.
I have a couple things that I need to discuss with you. The first one is, we received a spreadsheet on code enforcement for the training period, and also, the code enforcement is doing some enforcement on their own now without somebody being with them. It was listed, the nature of the complaint, anything from trash to abandoned vehicles to expired plates. So there was a disposition. I believe 90% of the dispositions were the items were corrected with the notification of the code violation.
Yep.
There was some enforcement actions taken. So that was forwarded to you guys and also the town attorney for review. You will probably get a quarterly report like that in the future. If you're happy with that, I will continue to have that done in that
Yeah.
manner.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate
Quarterlies,
that.
I
And
think-
thank you that the job that's getting done by that individual.
Just to speak on that, I've talked to Bob about getting an ordinance. I don't know if you wanna speak real quick on that.
Yes. this is something we've talked about in the past, about creating a master fine ordinance so that you don't have to update each of the fines piecemeal.
That would be nice.
And so I've been talking with Andy about that, I've been talking with Glenn about that. We are going to try to put something together. It probably won't be comprehensive and get everything, but we want to pull more into the first one. And then as we catch things.
Sure.
And it'll look a lot like the dog ordinance that was passed last year with classes of fines.
Gotcha.
In fact, that's one of the first things that will get folded in because it was designed as a model of what I think would be best for this. That way, every year you can just update the fine schedule and we don't end up with $5 fines that don't matter anymore.
I like that idea.
And then I'm thinking like 50, 100, and then that third one's a 5, it's a 500 one.
And the numbers are going to go up so that you can create larger ones if you want to down the road.
It'll be a standard for all, that way we don't continually
Class
have
one,
to
class
go,
two,
yeah.
class three.
I like that idea.
And it'll also then fold into some of what Casey wants to do with the burn ordinance as well. That he doesn't have to go with class one, class two, he can, once it's made, suggest where it is and then you can pick. If he wants to go with class one, class three, class 7, that would be appropriate.
How long before this maybe gets materialized, Bob?
There's a good chance we will have a working draft at the February meeting,
Okay.
and then
Good.
we can, over the course of the year, incorporate more in as we find things that need to be folded in.
Okay.
At some point, I'd like to
Something to look
get-
forward to.
Yeah, I'd like to get things like the ordinance for golf carts and stuff folded into the master fine ordinance as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any questions? Your monthly report was put in your box. Do you
Yep.
guys have any questions, concerns, or comments?
No?
Okay, we'll move on to the next one. This is standard procedure when an officer retires from the Avilla Police Department, gets his choice of a firearm, which is given to him, taken out of the armory for the police department. So I've had you guys read the letter. We'll put it on the record for the minutes to the meeting that Deputy Chris Hauser will be issued a 9mm 6-hour firearm for retirement. This will be taken out of the Avilla Police Armory log. It is one 9mm 6-hour. Serial number of 66F Frank 005973. I just need your guys' approval. This was passed in 2006. So I just need you guys to be aware of it, maybe approve it, and then
We
Chris will
will.
have to sign the form before he leaves tonight, and then it'll be filed with the clerk's office.
Yeah, let's approve, that way we know.
Yes.
If you got any questions about it, but
Yeah,
we
I'm
should approve that.
Need this?
No, I just
Second
make,
page.
I just make a motion, we approve the, giving the firearms to Mr. Hauser for his service here in town.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Perfect.
I was
Thank you.
contacted by the clerk's office today. We have a vehicle that's being ordered already. We were talking about making payment when it comes in, so if it doesn't, it's already been approved to purchase it. Yeah, I do need to run this through tonight, is that correct? To make sure that we are approved to cut the check when the vehicle comes in, for the amount that was agreed upon. So, am I saying that correctly? And then there also is a change order on that vehicle. There are 2 things we decided to change, and I need your approval on that. I don't have an exact dollar amount yet because they're very hard to get for the Durangos. It is, the push bumper will be a wraparound push bumper instead of just a regular push bumper. The reason we're doing this is we are going to have someone on the department that will be PIT certified soon. What this does is protects the vehicle to stop pursuits. That means basically that front end of the vehicle pits the car spins out, the pursuit's over. So this will be the only car that we have that we're gonna, I assume all of our vehicles will be equipped with that eventually. But that would be a change order to the original amount. I don't have an exact amount, but I do have a ballpark price from the installer. It was between $1,200 and $2,000.
Does that still put you in your car budget?
No, I'll have to use that on equipment.
Okay.
But I do have the money and equipment to do that, so. The only other thing that, the other change there was, is he said the rifle rack that we currently have will not work in there, so we'll need a rifle rack, less than $500 for a rifle rack.
Okay.
We will need to approve that then, Lisa, so you can cut the check, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we will need to do, and then of
Do
course
we
those
know the
2.
amount, or do we just need to approve?
The amount was already approved, yeah.
That's what I'm asking though, do we know the amount tonight, or are we just saying, make a motion for you to cut the
So
check?
it's okay for me to cut the check when it comes
Yeah,
time to
I just wanna make sure
purchase.
I understand what we're approving.
Bill, you wanna do that since you wrote that stuff?
Sure. I'll make a motion to give the clerk treasurer's office authority to cut the check for the new police vehicle when it comes in.
And then also the 2.
And also the change order for the push bumper and the rifle rack.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 3-0.
The only other thing I have is the last day of service for Mr. Hauser will be the first of the month. So we will have a patrolman opening, we will be short 40 hours a week. So I would like to take an officer from our part-time status, who is already academy certified, move him into that position. The salary ordinance, correct me if I'm wrong, the salary ordinance will have to be revisited amongst you three, and you'll have to figure out what we're gonna do for a salary for that gentleman. But the one good thing about this, I talked to Bob, as long as we're hiring from within, there has been some criticism in the past about posting and jobs and things of that nature. This is an internal hire, no different than other departments. Hire chiefs, hire sergeants, detectives, things of that nature. So this guy will be moving from a part-time status to a full-time status. So I'm asking for your approval to move forward on that tonight. We will not have a start date for him yet because he will be on the books till February, till the 1st. And he will have to be paid out before we can even, you guys could even agree upon a salary for this gentleman.
So that would be even next month's meeting, probably.
Well, we probably, if you guys met on anything else, you could decide the salary.
Well, granted, if we did,
Yeah.
yes. But otherwise, his salary would not get voted on until next month's meeting.
Correct, that's,
And that means he wouldn't start till then.
you probably would know, if it wasn't until next month's meeting, we'll start the following month, because he's gonna have to give his current employer notice. So you're looking at basically 2 months.
Sweet. We need to do a special meeting for this, guys, we're not short of.
Probably do, otherwise we're gonna be short police officer for at least minimum of 1 month, approximate. Okay,
You can set a special meeting with 48 hours notice to follow one of your interviews.
yeah.
We'll be here, so we could look at Tuesday.
And we know with Chris retiring, he's on the books at least through the end of the month, let alone and then being paid off. So we'll just do our best to have a special meeting.
But doing this tonight would enable me to at least say, hey, you're approved to move from that status of part-time to full-time, and your salary ordinance and your benefits.
Are we able to do that, Bob?
You are able to do that.
We could per se hire an individual
You-
contingent on the next meeting of their salary.
Correct.
Okay, so who are you interested in?
So Brandon Bates will be moving from a part-time status to a patrolman position.
Brandon Batts,
Bates.
okay,
is pronounced.
Bates, okay,
Brandon Bates.
Brandon Bates.
Glenn, there's no training, so that won't trigger
There
the
won't be.
reimbursement training.
Nope,
Excellent.
will not. So that's gonna save us 3 months of sending somebody to the police.
So then this gentleman could probably put his notice in for a couple weeks, or give or take, or at least,
His notice can be given, very
Yeah.
quickly, yeah.
if that's what we want. I like the idea that we can hire within if it's the appropriate situation. It sounds like it is. Unfortunately, we're losing a good officer, but we hate to not have, for our taxpayers, spots that aren't filled, and that's an important position.
Well, and monetarily for our taxpayers,
Yeah.
we're not paying 3
Absolutely.
months of salary with not having an officer.
Yeah, they don't have to go to the academy, this
Right.
gentleman doesn't, so he would not need to go to any academy at least
Nope.
at all, or just for a certain time, or?
None at all.
Okay,
What's he doing now?
He currently I'm not gonna say where he works, cause that, I might as well just go ahead and notify his employer, but
Sure.
he's currently in a police position
Okay.
and, still works part-time for us.
yeah, he's a part-time, okay. Any questions, guys, on that?
Pass.
Additionally, gentlemen, if you wanted to, much like you did with the enforcement officer, you could select one of your members to liaison with Glenn, to work out some of the preliminary matters, so that they could come back and report to you before the special meeting.
That's fine, I can, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Well, you can, or I can, it doesn't matter to me. But we will have to wait on a salary
That's fine.
till we can get together,
Do we
but,
need to approve something?
oh yeah, if we wanna hire this gentleman, absolutely, we have to approve that, if that's even the route we
Yeah,
wanna
I'm
go.
fine with
But
that.
I'd recommend when you do the approval, you also designate one of your members to liaison with Glenn. in advance
Understand.
of the special meeting.
So you better make that motion.
I'll make a motion, we, hire Brandon Bates, and then, also have one of the councilmen,
It'll be Bill, he's
I can
taking
do
it.
it, that's
okay,
fine.
have Bill be the liaison, between the two.
Then we'll meet, okay. Is there a second on that?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes
So
3-0.
on that same note, taking this into consideration, this is what I would appreciate you doing in your, meeting for consideration of wages. Obviously, we're hiring a patrolman position at this point. There will be some extra money left in that patrolman fund that is in our salary ordinance. If you guys are willing to do that, I would like that to go to the lowest paid deputy right now, which would be our third shift officer, and then see what we can do to get that pay comparable with the new hire with the
Okay.
other agencies. So that would be something that would be totally in your consideration, but the money is not money that we're gonna have to create or do an additional appropriation for. This money is already in the salary ordinance.
Understand,
Now,
yeah.
it's not gonna be a ton, but
Okay.
any little bit helps.
We can take that under consideration. I
Okay.
understand what you're saying, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll do the best we can to make sure we take care. Okay, any questions?
Any questions?
Nope. Anything else?
That's it.
And then we'll try to get a meeting as quick as we can,
That's fine.
Glenn, and
Yep.
hopefully, and
So
maybe
I'm gonna
Chris,
I'll tell the subject that it is contingent upon approval of the salary.
which shouldn't take very long.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next is our fire chief report. Casey, please.
First off, I just want to say thanks to Chris. The reason I say that is that several times he's come on scenes with us and helped us out and been a great asset to even the fire department in the city, so thank you very much.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You have basically our monthly report, last 30 days or so. We have had 56 calls for service. I am going to start putting on there the missed. Unfortunately, we did have one missed. All I can say is I was working in Kendallville when that happened, and I'm not sure why. I wish I could, other than being a volunteer department, and I can't force people to come all the time.
We have good improvement though, Casey. I know you don't like the idea of missing one, but we've really improved in the past amount of time you've been here, and there'll be a day you won't miss any, I understand.
yeah.
And you have, you even had some
Yes.
of those months already, so
We have.
we know the effort's there, so.
I also will say that we had a record, I believe, a record-setting year in our calls. Last year, we ended with 496 calls, which is more than 100 than we had from the previous year, to my understanding. So it was definitely a busy year for us, but a good year.
Yeah,
So,
well, thank you to all of you, that's for
Thank
sure.
you to all.
absolutely. I have here, I sent you guys an email, I believe toward the end of last month. So, about purchasing a utility / second command type vehicle. And part of the reason, one, is some of these missed runs. So we missed 15 of those runs out of the 496. So there again, I take that to heart. I know 15 out of 496 is really not that bad. But I tend to take those to heart maybe a little too much, and want to find ways to try to cut that number down even farther. So I truly believe that having a second vehicle that would go to different command staff throughout the weekends and even during the week sometimes, like when I'm working in Kendallville or things along those lines, that is stocked similar to my truck with the med equipment and things, can really help have dedicated people to make those runs, that they know that their job for that night is to respond. Plus, I will be 100% honest with you, I get burned out sometimes. Being on call, I work Kendallville 48 hours a week, and then try to put in my 24 down here, and on top of that, throughout the nights, weekends, everything, I'm on call, and there are times I respond to calls all by myself. So there's a point where I'm starting to get burned out a little bit. So I'm trying to alleviate some of that stress on myself and my family as well by having on-call command staff weekends where there is an officer who is on call for that weekend, to where I don't necessarily have to respond. If it's a fire, if it's something big, I will be there. But normal medical calls and things along those lines, this would help have guarantee to have, I don't want to say guarantee, but do the best we can to make sure that someone's there.
Okay.
The other aspect of this vehicle, throughout the week, especially right now, for the first half of the year is when the fire academy medical classes and things like that go on. So I currently have 2 people that are in a medical class in Ligonier. It's been a department thing since way before I started, to where if you are going to a training outside of the department, or outside of the city limits, excuse me, you can take a vehicle. And so they take our med truck. Well, the issue with that is I have a lot of newer people right now that don't feel the most comfortable driving the engines. And when that med truck is out of town and they have to respond to a call, a lot of times they'll go direct and then not have med bags, not have the things that they need. And that is a disservice to the public, in my opinion. Having that second vehicle will allow them to be able to take that vehicle to training and leave our med truck and all of our trucks in service the way they're supposed to.
So then there'll be supplies added to this vehicle if you
Yes.
were to purchase it. And you were saying that you want it to be used mainly on the weekends for someone that's on call, so it would go to their house during that Friday, Saturday,
Yes.
Sunday. And then every weekend that would change someone else. So during the week, what would this truck be?
So it'd be parked at the station.
Outside, 'cause we probably don't have room,
Unfortunately,
right?
it'd be parked outside right now.
Okay, we don't have room.
Hopefully, down the road, we can, as
Which
we've
is-
talked a few times.
which is important.
We can work on being able to have something for inside. However, but there are 2 nights a week that I'm also in Kendallville. And if I can, I'd like to try to get someone to take that vehicle the nights that I'm in Kendallville. That way, there's somebody.
So it could get used more than just the weekends.
Yes, it'll definitely get used 2 nights a week.
Now, do you have
During-
supplies for this already, or is it
Yes, so-
purchasing and so forth?
We already have a medical, a med bag and everything that we use for special events that goes inside of our UTV. That's all stocked and ready to go. That bag will be placed inside this truck.
Okay.
And then the person that is driving that truck or who is on call will have their fire gear and everything with them. So I have 3 vehicles there. They are different price, they're different years.
Yes.
Different miles. I wanted to make sure that we were looking at different things. When I originally emailed you, that red one, was not on my radar, and shortly after I
Yeah, the
emailed you, that
newest.
one popped up.
Yep.
2021, only 36,000 miles on it. I did talk to the seller, and the only reason the fire department that had it before them got rid of it is because they lease their vehicles through Enterprise, their fire vehicles, and they get a new one every 4 years, no matter what. Yeah, must be nice.
What kind of deal are they getting?
So, basically, there's nothing wrong with that vehicle. It's just, like I said, they lease and get a new vehicle every 4 years. That comes, and all 3 of those vehicles, I believe, will come with all of the emergency lights, everything's set up and I'm ready to go. The only thing that we'll have to consider is a radio.
For either of the 3?
Yes, well, I will say the red one will come with a radio for an extra $1,500, I
And we don't have any here, so we would have to purchase no matter which truck.
believe. Yeah, I was trying to think if I had an extra one, but the one that I did have extra.
So is the 1,500, is that about a cost for either one of these trucks? If we had to outfit a radio, would that be about the normal cost?
Trying to think, do you remember how much? No.
The used ones I bought the car radios were 2,700,
Okay.
and then it was.
So the one would come with,
installation.
so the newest of the 3 would come with radio, but it's another extra $1,500,
Yes.
right? Okay.
But the ones you get for 2,700, I mean, if there's any problems with it, they're gonna take it back.
Yeah, whereas
This one we're kind of up a creek.
Yeah,
we would be, yes.
that's,
So how would you think about paying for this? What's your thoughts?
well, I would like, my thought process is public safety. I know we're kind of back and forth on that.
That's a little, that's tough.
I did look at I got the amount today that is in public safety, and there's a decent amount in there. I don't know if you want me to say.
Okay.
but,
No, we can look at it.
So that is my thought. on
Your
it.
recommendations. in
Yeah,
public
and then
safety.
it will be, it'll be stickered, all of that, but
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna do
want
that
we
through
want
my.
a bill on that. We would want a bill
yeah,
of fire.
That'll
on that.
come out through my equipment fund is my
Okay,
plan
yeah,
on
we
that.
would want to, not advertise, but we'd want it,
Yeah, nope.
known what that vehicle is. Any questions, guys?
So I mean, I've done rounds with Glenn on this in the past.
I understand.
I'm glad you gave us the email with the trucks, looked through it. my biggest thing with this is, like, with each year the ladies will say, what do you want to budget for next year? Like, if this was something you thought about, that'd been like, hey, I need a car for next year. What can I do within my budget? What can we work through on that? Also on the safety lit, that's gone. We don't get any more safety lit money come 2027. And safety lit money, for me, is gonna go to you guys for the building. I mean, that is as much as we can. And I've already told Glenn that too. For me, those two guys have another vote. But I did look on here, and I talked to Bill here right before the meeting started. You guys have a Cume Fire, and this Cume Fire has, if I'm correct here, $222,000 in it.
I have no problem with it coming. I'm just being honest. I
So,
honestly
we looked to see if
did
we-
have that conversation, and I apologize. I forgot about that.
So we did look it up. Your truck can come out of that. Because honestly I want to save as much as we possibly can on the safety lit money.
Yeah. Like I said, I apologize. Bill had mentioned that fund to me maybe 2 months ago, and
That's what I'm
I
saying.
honestly had forgot about that fund.
This is fairly updated, correct,
1-1
Lisa?
now, today.
1-1 today.
All right.
To 1:30. I'm still like, I'm okay with doing it through that because you have that. That's your fund. That's for you. But I also like for big purchases like this. I generally, for me personally, if it could be more planned out, like just
Understood.
budget it out.
This was something that, once, like I said, kind of seeing the missed runs throughout the year and trying to think of what I could
Sure.
do to cut that down. One of the things that we don't necessarily have that has kind of sparked me the last few days and been thinking about is the police department has a vehicle line item that is budgeted
Correct.
for vehicles.
Correct.
We don't. So
Yep.
that is something that this next year I would like to try to incorporate
If we could-
into the budget of having an actual vehicle type line item. And even if that's just saved
Yes.
multiple years to try to
Sure.
get to that.
Yes.
But I don't think I have a line item like that.
I
in our
haven't
current
seen
budget.
one.
So
No, I don't
that
I
is
don't think you
something
do, and that's kind of what I kind of suggested too. Is maybe we look at trying to get that into your budget so that we can plan accordingly, save money up. Because you've said you got a new truck, a truck that's going to be needed here,
Yes.
maybe
So
10 years,
that's-
5 to 10 years, and
Yeah.
a building. So I mean, we're sitting $2 million that we're going to need for the fire department, and public safety lit by the end of 27, we're going to be sitting just around 600,000 if we let that sit there. So,
Which we need to for a
Wait.
little bit.
so
So will the total 600 go to fire then?
I'm not saying that,
Not-
Glenn.
not
I'm not
just
saying that.
not
I'm not saying
necessarily
that at all. I'm just saying that's pretty much what we got left.
Just need to be careful how we spend it and
When
when
does it
we
end in
spend it.
27, does anybody know?
I think it's June.
So it is the lawmaking, when the laws are passed?
As far as I've read, I don't know if it's changed.
I thought maybe it was
I,
January.
that's the plan, that
I
it's
thought I
going
saw
away.
June of 27.
That
So
is
when the
going away.
legislation takes effect, the laws take effect in June, correct?
That's what they're saying. It's gonna go
Again,
away.
I can read up again. I haven't read it since like November, December. But I am not, this is me not saying all money's going to the fire department. I don't want you to think that. It's just something we gotta figure out. So,
So,
Bill has anything to say?
yeah, Bill,
No,
anything?
that's fine, like I said,
I get-
like I said, Casey and I did talk about that months
Yeah,
ago.
I
so
apologize. I
That's fine,
forgot
and
about that fund.
like I said, I
Just have to
kept
see
looking
which
at it and I
one's-
remembered what it
which
was,
one's the
so.
best deal.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with you, having another vehicle and understand the reasoning as to why. So, I guess with that, I mean, you're gonna take it out of there, I guess you got your choice, whichever one you want.
I mean, I'm not gonna, tell you, I mean, the newest one I think would be the best. It's, I mean, with the low mileage, it comes with, like I said, comes with everything. If we can get the radio with it, we can get the radio with it.
I'd rather go the other route, the radio,
Oh, okay.
personally. If
We
it's
can do
something,
that
because if it
too,
goes
yeah.
bad, I'd rather have somebody be able to fix it.
Yeah, I can talk to First Duke Communications and get one that,
I don't see lights on it. You said there was lights?
yeah, those ones are interior lights on that one. But it is it's pretty decked out. They sent me a video through Facebook and everything on it
That's the red one.
that's the red one. Which I believe fire trucks should be red anyways, so kinda
Yeah,
like that
I
one.
like that idea.
That's,
We spend 55,000, we spend 37,000, or we just spend 32,500.
That 32,000, I say no.
Yeah, I don't think the
I
17.
don't think we wanna go that far back.
No, I don't either.
I mean, it's 2 years.
And really, the 19's got just as many miles as the 17. If you look at it,
Yeah.
only a couple thousand.
I don't think that one.
I mean, it's the most money, but it does, to me, it makes sense to go with the 2021. Andy feels maybe not buying the $1,500 radio, just for the simple fact we don't know how old it is. If something, you know, if we went kind of through there, you get repair. For me, you can look into the radio that comes with this and get back with us, and if it's brand new, or, you know, there's no, some kind of warranty, no kind of wear and tear on it, then maybe that is our chance to do that, but otherwise, maybe we don't wanna buy a used one when we can get, I don't, you know. What about you, Bill?
I agree. That's fine. I'm just looking.
Well, we would wanna make a motion, though, to move forward on this one, though, either way.
Do we know who is this from?
It's from a,
Duncan Falls, Ohio.
Yeah,
so-
it's,
We need to know the
Oh,
company.
it's an independent seller
Yeah.
anyway. So, all right, I'll make a motion, we approve the fire department to buy a 2021 Chevy Tahoe with 36,000 miles in the amount of $55,000 to be used out of Cume Fire Fund.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
All right,
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 3-0.
is there a way to, as far as the radio, to approve up to, what were you saying, a new or used one would be, like,
2,500, you say?
so, say 3,000, up to 3,000 for a radio?
Up to 3,000.
okay, and I'll also add up to $3,000 for a new radio for the vehicle.
Okay.
Second.
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
I have one more thing to bring up. It's not asking for anything. I want to kind of make you guys aware of a situation that happened, a good situation. I received a phone call. I don't know how many of you guys know that we are actually a car seat hub for the state of Indiana.
Yep.
We received a phone call yesterday from the family of the gentleman that was unfortunately killed in the train accident up in Kendallville, and their car seats were inside of that car. And we were able to luckily assist that family in getting them the 2 new car seats that they needed, no charge to them, because of the program and stuff that we have.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, he's not here with me, but my huge shout out to my tech, John Bowman.
Yeah.
He actually took a half day off of his personal job to make sure that that family had what they need, because the kids were sick and they needed to get to the doctor, and we wanted to make sure they were transported safely. So the car seat program is something that we don't deal with as much as you think, but in situations like this, it was a huge win for us to be able to
Absolutely.
at least alleviate a little bit of stress off of that family at the time. So,
It's great news and
So,
unfortunate
unfortunate.
accident.
yeah.
Thank you. Okay, next, Park Department, anything, Jerry?
Yeah, I got a couple things. I've been approached by numerous people about what the baseball association pays to use the facilities, which I told them nothing.
That's true.
So they weren't happy about it, so I talked to Ren about it, and my thing is, if they could pay for the utilities that they use while they're there. The water, electric.
I don't know how we would
Once they're
separate all
there,
that.
they use it.
I don't know how we could separate what they pay and what they don't pay. You know, Brian, I mean, how would we, yeah, we know the kind of the very months they're there, but we don't know.
They're there during the summer, so when they use the, what is it, the concession stands, we have separate accounts for all of these things, so we could probably figure out.
I know we've never done anything like that in the past, so I don't know how comfortable I am, but that's just me talking.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a water meter at the upper concession,
Right.
but I don't know about the lower one. I think that runs off of the public restrooms.
We got 4 or 5 different accounts for that. And we'd have to look which one is what.
But there should be separate electric meters for them.
Well, I haven't seen the usage on those, but I would guess it'd be minimal.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lot. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. We've never done it. I mean, I have
Oh,
no
yeah.
idea.
Other communities do charge.
All
rent,
communities
don't
charge
they?
their ball
Absolutely.
programs.
Maybe that's something we're not really lax on, but we've just always been a courtesy, is what I would consider it.
It's been discussed off and on with the town council over the last 30 years.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of what you guys might think.
I guess,
They seem to think we can maybe separate it some to an extent,
I
but
mean, if we charge them, then it's going to be on our responsibility to make sure those, is it our responsibility then to make sure those ball fields are dragged and up to snuff and I guess I'm asking,
Well,
so,
they're paying for the utilities, not for the.
well, are we doing just utilities or are we charging them, is what he threw out
Well,
utilities, if we're just
the way
doing
you
utilities,
talk,
then that's
it's just
fine.
charge them for the utilities, but
Yeah, I mean.
yeah, instead of like rental of the grounds.
Make a decision tonight.
Yeah, we're only talking charging them for the utilities, not to rent the grounds of the park, correct? Okay, just utilities, which could be separated here in the office. I'd like to think about it. I'd like to talk to a few other people in our communities. It sounds like maybe other communities do that. It's probably minimal, but maybe it is something that is deserving.
I asked the guy that runs the Kenneville, and the parks charge him to run his league.
I just wonder if other small towns.
I thought Brent would be here tonight, cause he said he had questions about it, and I said, well, the meeting's in
I
2
mean,
weeks.
I'd like to think about it, guys, but I mean,
I'm fine, we got time.
We can think about that.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, it's just January, see what we think.
Right.
I think it'll be minimal. I mean, I don't
Well, we did a little.
wanna take all their money.
It wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had them printouts that I gave Brent, and showed him what, the months that they were there, you know, how much it jumped up from not being there to.
definitely something to consider then. We'll consider that, Jerry. Anything else then? We'll consider that. And then, do you have anything else?
Nope. Well, yeah, if you do decide to do this, we'll have to make some kind of a contract up for them, as long as they're there.
That can be done.
Yeah, we'll have something in writing, so they know that they have to pay, and their board will make sure, and the ladies will bill them, or however that will be. That'll all be done through our system, yeah, absolutely. Okay, any questions, guys?
Nope.
Anything else? Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
RDC,
That building has been purchased and will be under construction soon, is my understanding.
awesome.
You're talking about the brick building.
The brick building.
Okay.
Has been purchased,
the same my
and
existence.
someone will be preparing it for a business or whatever.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
I know the tentative plan, but I don't wanna speak to the full scope of what.
Sure.
he was doing, but it's basically that the, some investment mechanism is gonna be rehabbing the building, and he had stated that they were planning on getting started fairly soon, so hopefully
Awesome.
we'll see that going on and, make some improvements. So-
Good.
they can't let them up for another.
Perfect, thank you.
Sweet.
Anything else?
Yes, number two, and I meant to bring it up via communication before the meeting, but take your time and think about it. We ran into a little bit of an issue in our last meeting with being able to get in here and get set up on time. So I had talked to Brian the other day, and I said, man, I keep needing to get in there and talk to them, and asking if, the town could create some kind of mechanism so we have a means of getting in on our own.
Like you would have a key
Yeah,
yourself?
Some designated
Or a
individual.
badge.
I'm in the badge
Yeah.
system. We could probably create a badge,
Some
right?
designated individual that's responsible for it.
Do what?
That door doesn't have a
You get the
badge,
interior door then.
so we just need a key made for that door.
We'll have to take
We'll get
some
something.
time and think about that, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
consider it, that way, if
Sure.
someone can't make it, like I said, example, the last meeting we had, we were delayed, and thankfully, the plan commission had a meeting and.
Yeah, you tried to reach me, but I wasn't even in town. I wasn't nowhere near here to get you in, so that was my fault on that. Yeah, I mean, you just don't wanna give keys away, but at the same time, this is something where someone might need a keys. But we need to make sure we're doing what's
Choose a
right on it.
person, do a background check, whatever it needs to be done, so.
Yeah, we'll follow up with
Why
that.
don't you guys put a keypad on this inside door, so if you need to change it, you can change it and give it to whoever you need to give it to. The keys
Literally,
just.
you could put it literally, change the door handle,
Or put a key fob on it.
just put the door handle.
Yeah, that's definitely something worth considering, yeah.
Thank you. That's it.
One more thing?
One more thing.
We moved
Sorry.
past you.
Well, I was over there one Sunday last summer, and there were some teams playing on the lower diamond. I didn't know who they were. Well, Ren said that was travel ball teams.
Yep.
I would imagine they rent from Avilla,
They
but
probably
that's just
rent.
my
Nothing
guess.
about that,
Yeah.
them coming over.
I would assume they probably rent it out when they don't have anything of their own in-house league going on. Maybe they rent it to a travel team, maybe. That'd be more of a question for the ball league, because we don't control that.
Yeah, we don't
That-
control
Well, he
that.
I
didn't know
didn't
anything
know
about
about it either.
Oh, then maybe they just saw an open field and they
How
jumped
can the
on there
ball
because
league-
no one was using it.
How can the ball league rent a villa's property?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the story is behind it, but I just assume maybe they contacted Avilla, hey, I got a travel team of 10-year-olds, can I use your diamond on Sunday at 2:00? Sure, go ahead, no one's up here. I just assume that's what would happen.
I know, it's when we used to have ball games up here with our team. We ran the concession stand, and all the money from the concession stand went back.
And you would let a travel team and outside, which is still probably some local kids, but it's just a travel team, and I think they've done it. I know they did it when I was back in that ball diamond, we would do that too, so I'm not sure. I mean, that's something, if Ren's the president, that's something that he should be checking and making sure, or at least getting an answer to pulling in there, because I wouldn't know who would have been there.
So should we charge these teams to just come and just?
Well, I don't think you can, like Diane said back in the day, and it was the same way with my kids, because my son played travel ball, and we would use their diamond, and, we didn't pay them, but they had a concession, and they got to make the money off the concession while that travel team would use that diamond. So then the Avilla ball, say softball, baseball, would still generate income off of those diamonds being used by someone they gave permission to. See what I'm saying?
I just think it'd be hard to monitor that. I don't know how we would I don't know how we would monitor it. I don't know how we would charge them. And then also, it's a park. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's open, they get to use it.
Yeah, I
mean,
think so
that's-
too.
I mean, if it gets out of hand and they're starting to interfere with our Villa Ball League, then yeah, we can say something. But I mean,
Yep.
Well, let's say one of our community teams is on there and they said, hey, we need this, or,
Well, Villa would be first. I wouldn't know why not. That's why they have their board to make sure those situations don't happen. That wouldn't be something that up here that we would be controlling. That ball board would have to control those situations, not us. Okay. Next is attorney report, please.
I have essentially covered almost everything I would have said during the other portions of
Okay, so nothing else?
No.
Okay, the next is our clerk treasurer. She is unavailable. I just want to say that the last meeting that individual, elected official's been here was the June 18th meeting. So that means there's been 7 consecutive meetings that she's missed. And it's been 8 months since there's been work. All I can do is verbalize that to the taxpayers. It's frustrating on my part. I explained how I felt about it last month, and I'm not gonna do it again every month. But people need to know, this is the status we have right now. And it's time for changes, whatever those might be. We'll move into the town clerk report. Lisa and Petra, please.
Petra has quite a few interviews scheduled for Friday for our part-time person. We're still on track to go live with Invoice Cloud so that we can accept credit card payments from the public at the end of February, I believe the 23rd. We have Workspace Solutions that came in and gave us a quote for a better setup for 3 people, since we will need a space for the part-time person. We have 2 other people to come in to quote. We don't actually have a quote yet, but we're just
Okay.
looking at something to make this flow better,
Sure.
because that does not work the way we're on top of each other over there. So we're looking at that. And then I did give you all a quote for the computer that we would need for the part-time person.
Okay.
It was $1,382.83 for the actual computer, and then the monthly recurring charge for the virus and all that
Management.
is $58.97.
And this is needed with our new part-time employee, correct?
Yes.
And where would this computer go?
It would go out here with
Okay.
us.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we have to have. And I know you're gonna start your interviewing and hopefully have someone hired in the next couple weeks if everything goes out well. I'm fine with this, but we would need to approve it. It's over
Make
our
a-
1,200.
I'll make a motion, we approve, the PC for $1,382.83 from Benson Communications.
And then also, was there,
The monthly
Yeah.
reoccurring for $58.97.
okay, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. So Lisa or Petra, whichever, you can get that ordered then when you're available.
And then you also have a copy of the Benson's quote for the presentation system. I know that's kind of went back and forth, so I was asked to bring that up again so you guys can make a final decision. And Brian might wanna talk about that since he was involved with Adam.
Yeah,
when they first talked about
and I
installing
remember
that
this.
system.
It was last January, because I see my name is on this. We were asked just to get quotes. And what it was for, Brian, and maybe you want to say this, but what it was for, we were going to have a couple screens that were going to be, I'll just use examples up there, and it would give the audience, if someone came in with a presentation, wasn't that our intentions? With a presentation, they would have somewhere where it could be seen on a screen by the audience and by us. But I couldn't remember, it's been a year, so it kind of got lost in the shuffle, and then they kept asking us about it. So I asked Lisa to make sure we saw this, because I only signed to just get quotes. I didn't sign to accept this.
Right.
And I think Adam, our previous town manager, one that had me sign just to get, so we could get some quotes. So I don't know if this is something that we want to spend this money on, we need this, how important. I know there's presentations, but I can only remember one time we've had presentations here where we needed something, and it's been 5 years ago at least, that I remember. That doesn't mean we haven't had more. So I don't wanna know, I'm not saying it's not money well spent, but is it money that we have to do, is my only worry. That's why I wanted you guys to be aware of this before we decide even what we wanna do.
I would rather look at remodeling this place, cause this thing's old as dirt. And then we look at doing something with that. So I'd rather not do this and then do a remodel and then the TVs don't work and have to do something different. So I would rather see if we can get some type of budget together or something going to remodel this place.
Kinda changed, yeah,
Cause this hasn't changed since it was the bank.
absolutely.
And that was a long time ago.
And that was well needed.
Carpet.
Like the ladies, they say the flow back here is hard to work together. They're kind
Well,
of
that's
reaching
kind of
over.
what I wanted
and-
to say too about that
Be
workspace.
nice.
Do we do that, or do we look at just a total gut?
We discussed that too.
But getting quotes doesn't hurt. you
Yeah, if it's
know.
not gonna cost too much to remodel that around, but I would, again, rather just look to redo this.
What about you, Bill, on this
agree.
here?
I'd rather,
So we don't want to do this. Brian, is there anything you want to say? I know you and I talked a little bit about it too.
It just makes our meeting longer if we do more videos of them.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is, I don't even think we need to even vote on it. We just will not move forward on that situation. I think we'll just not even table, it's just gone.
Okay, I will let them know, because they told us that
Yeah.
they need our feedback on quotes that are hanging out there, then
Yep.
that way they know that we're not gonna
I can't,
proceed.
yeah, I mean, we let them hang for a while.
And then just the last thing is, a list of holidays, the 2026 holidays need to be voted on. We did add a couple for you to review. You may not approve those, that's fine, but we did put a couple extras
This
on.
one's already passed. We can still approve it, but it's already gone.
Yeah, our employees get 11 holidays. We made a change.
Excuse
What
me,
do you-
part of your personnel policy already?
Yes, I mean, yeah, our handbook even states it, so to even add another one, because we did make changes too, because we did not, Bill, I think you were the town manager when we didn't, maybe since you're gone,
yeah, we did it right.
we added at least one more holiday to our
We
employees.
We added Veterans Day.
Yeah, one if not two.
Veterans Day and probably.
President's Day.
Yeah.
It was 2.5.
Yeah.
President's
Presidents and
Day, Veterans Day, and
Day.
half of
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
So we did add more. So, yeah, and it is in our handbook what we give, so if we were to add one of these, that would have to be revised. And it's just a proposal, right? You ladies are
Right.
just seeing.
Yep.
I know it says here the day after Christmas, it might get approved as a national holiday, maybe this year. I have seen something on the news about that. I don't know how true that'll be.
That'd be a Saturday.
What do you, yeah, I mean, that would only be when it's not
Right.
it'll be a Saturday this year.
So which means they would.
You can have that day.
So they would need the 28th.
So
Thanks, Andy.
I think
You're
we're
welcome.
good. where
Well, we
we're
don't
at.
have anything coming up for a while, so I think we're good with what we got for right now.
I mean, I'm fine if we wanted to do MLK Day, but
I'm good with what we have for now, to be honest, guys. But I'm not opposed.
I'm fine with the way it is.
I'm fine.
We'll keep it the way it is, ladies. Thank you, though. Anything else?
I think we're good.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
New business. We have a resolution that we're gonna pass tonight. It's granting authority for our town clerk, Lisa Dumey, to pay claims and emergency payroll. As I had stated before, we have no clerk treasurer making sure claims and payroll are getting done, so we had to do emergencies to allow our new town clerk to take care of those, so. To be safe, I believe when it comes to claims, it's a statute, so we do not have to have a resolution for that. It's something that's mandated by the statute that we have to do claims. In this case, it would be Lisa that's taking care of that. But the payroll is something that is not, so if we were doing an emergency and we've decided that we're no longer gonna make, it's not an emergency. But I wanna read this. This is something that was typed up here so we understand. It's before we vote, I want to be clear why this resolution is here. Payroll and basic HR administration have not been handled consistently, and the town can't keep operating with that uncertainty. Payroll has to be accurate, on time, and done under clear supervision and internal controls. This resolution moves payroll preparation, HR administration to the town manager so that the work is handled reliably and consistently. It does not remove any of the clerk treasurer's statutory fiscal duties. The clerk still handles the fiscal officer functions required by law. This is about administration and continuity, which is basically what we're trying to do, is to make sure, because what we had to do this year, and our employees were well aware of it, it upset them. Payroll had to be missed, because we didn't have the individual had the authority to do payroll. So we had to do an emergency every week. I had to make sure every week, since I was the president, I had to contact our town clerk to make sure these were paid, and she had to distribute a printed out check, so it wasn't deposited. So that is why we did that. So now we're gonna make sure it'll go back to direct deposit. And that's what you'll do. So we do have a resolution. We only need to pass this once. It's resolution number 767-01-26. It's a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Avilla, Indiana, assigning human resource and payroll administrative responsibilities to the town manager. So we would need a motion, just one on this, to pass this.
Make a motion, we pass resolution 76701-26.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So with this resolution is put in place because our clerk decides not to come to work to do her job, once we have a new clerk in here, will this revert back to the clerk's office, or how is that going to work?
Bob, I think maybe that's something that he would need to answer.
If you pass this resolution, it will remain under the town manager's office. And for the time being, I think that would be appropriate because
Right.
Lisa would continue to do that.
Right.
So if we get a new clerk, do we then,
You could move it back over.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So Lisa, then you can start doing this and go back the way that the employees had always had it, and that was with direct deposit, okay?
is that just you that needs to sign it?
We all gotta sign it, I think. There's 3 of them. Okay, the next is resolution granting waiver wire for filing 2025 CF1 due 5/15/25. I don't believe I have that with me, so I don't know. Bill, do you have that with you, or?
I thought Bob was preparing it.
Bob, you have it? The waiver for the CF1?
Oh, that's the work of.
You will be getting that from me, and then you can move that to the next meeting. That
Okay.
was one
Okay.
of the things that
Okay.
So Worko will be tabled till next month, Bill, okay? So we can just put that on next month. Okay. The next thing, we have to amend the 2026 salary ordinance, and the reason we're doing that is because, of course, we have an interim part-time town manager that will be on our payroll, and that's why we are amending our ordinance. So we'll have to do 3 different ways on it. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but it's an ordinance number 1693-01-26. It's an ordinance amending ordinance number 1691-11-25 for payroll 2026. It's an ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Avilla, Noble County, State of Indiana, fixing the wages of elected officials and all other employees of the Town of Avilla for the calendar year of 2026. We would need a motion to suspend the rules.
I will make a motion to suspend the rules.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. First reading, ordinance number 1693-01-26. It's an ordinance amending ordinance 1691-11-25 for payroll of 2026. It's an ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Avilla, Noble County, State of Indiana, fixing the wages of elected officials and all other employees of the Town of Avilla for the calendar year 2026. First reading.
Make a motion for first reading for ordinance number 1693-01-26.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Second and final reading, ordinance number 1693-01-26. It's an ordinance amending ordinance number 1691-11-25 for payroll 2026. An ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Avilla, Noble County, State of Indiana, fixing the wages of elected officials and all other employees of the Town of Avilla for the calendar year 2026. Second reading.
I'll make a motion on second reading to accept ordinance 1693-01-26 as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Next is our property and casualty insurance renewal.
Brian and Lisa and I met with Jared Raymer a week or so ago. She had put our insurance package out for bid. We got 2 bids back, one from our last year's carrier, EMC, another from Prestige, I believe it is. I don't have their numbers, but Prestige was quite a bit higher, so I recommend that we go with EMC, even though the cost is up approximately 13, almost 14% for the year. That includes property, casualty, fire insurance, all vehicles,
Yep.
and workers' comp. I think that's it.
I can put mine out, let me see.
Here,
real
yeah.
quick.
It's something we do need to do, mandatory. And you're saying EMC?
So it's actually through Black and Raymer Insurance.
Yeah, Black and Raymer, but EMC, yeah, which is where we wanna go,
Mhm.
Black and Raymer.
Where's the total? Are we doing the total?
We put it out to bid for 4 companies, we only got 2 responses, so
I don't know if we can do it by the total or not, is there a total?
Well, renewal 26 to 27, it's 125,
I
947.
think it would be, I think it'd be.
It's up $15,000.
No, that's 11, or is that 115?
115.26.
Yeah.
So that's the new one, right?
Yeah, that's the,
Here's-
yeah, cause it went up.
Yeah. So this
Okay,
is the new one.
so Bill would recommend Black and Raymer, the EMC. We would want an approval on that, guys.
Are we are approving the full amount then for the year?
Yeah.
Yes, for the year.
I did the same thing.
Oh, yeah,
So
just,
did I as soon as I got it.
when he says the dollar amount, we'll understand. But it's an important aspect of what we need.
So I make a motion we pass with Black and Raymer.
EMC.
Yeah, for EMC, for $125,947
For the year.
for the year.
For the year. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
I would like you to not nominate, but have one of us approved to sign the binder. I thought I got it by now, which he doesn't have the full policy yet ready, but he wants to have that binder, so that if we have a problem, we are covered. We are covered.
So we probably should have you sign it, it goes on temporary.
Yeah, it probably should be me, Bill,
Probably
only
should be
since you're
Phil.
temporary.
I don't know if you should be doing that.
And I don't know that we need to have the ladies. I don't think that'd be proper. I will sign it.
When I get it, I'll, you know.
Yeah, you can, just contact me and you can put it in my mailbox. That way we're just in case with you being part-time, we're not girls. We're doing something. Yeah.
We just
I'll
don't
be
want you to sign it, then you're not here in December.
Okay. The next is to set up our 2016 spring cleanup day that we do every year.
2026, so.
Or 2026. It says 16 on there.
It does say 16.
So I thought my eyes were bad. They really aren't.
Hey, I'll be 30 years, or 10 years younger.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not me.
All right, Brian, I know you got something here on
Yep,
this.
I contacted Noble Disposal and, about doing our cleanup. 2 dates I had available was June 6th and June 13th. The cost stays the same as it was last year. At least that's what they told me, so I believe them.
Good.
And I suggest we do it June 6th. That'd be 2 weeks after Memorial Day. That way you'd have people get their garage sales the week after Memorial Day, and the week after that would be cleanup.
Yeah, because isn't that how Avilla does? Kevin's always up here and he always lets
Yeah.
us know.
Kevin called today asking about it.
So then that date he's saying, Peter, will work out perfect what Brian's saying then.
Yeah.
June 6th.
June 6th, yep.
So we would go with June 6th. We would want that to be approved, but yeah, that's something we've always done, so yeah,
I'm fine with that.
we need a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve June 6, 2026 as the spring cleanup day for the town
Is there a second?
Second,
with Noble County Disposal.
no kinds of.
All in favor? Signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 3-0. Thanks for getting that together, Brett.
I got one more thing that was in my,
Huh?
I sent you guys information about Financial Solutions Group. They're the ones that did our rate study.
Yes. And we just had that done last year, correct?
This is actually just to keep an eye on it for a year to see. I
Yeah.
know we discussed having it every year or every other year.
I think we wanted to go
Looked at.
we wanted to go every 2 years, I believe.
Right. And they're just a proposal to do it. Pick up right now and go through, make sure everything's working out.
How many months have we been billed with our new
This will be our
rates,
second.
ladies?
Be second.
A new rate.
Our new rates, how?
1 month.
The next-
January
So it'd be
first
kinda-
was the new rates.
So we're getting ready to bill for the second time with our new rates, okay. All right, Brian, I wanted to make sure that was right.
Yeah, they're not to exceed, and I really didn't have a chance to look it over really good or
I
even
read
talk
it.
to them about it.
I read it.
It's gonna be entirely up to you guys if you want to wait, or I can table it till next month and I get more information, see what exactly.
I'll go first. I mean, we know we need to do, I thought we decided we were gonna do rate studies every 2 years, which means we really didn't need to do one this year, but I'm not opposed to that. But the only reason I don't know that we wanna spend the money on this at this time is we've only had 1 month's worth of billings on our new rates to how much of a, and I'm not a professional, but how much of a study can they do with only 1 month
Well, this is
of,
for the whole year.
granted. But I don't know. For me, I don't know that it's something, I don't wanna say we don't need it, I don't know if we need it right at the start of this year yet.
I can understand if they came at us at in 6 months and asked us.
So maybe it's something we could do maybe towards the latter part of this year, the early fall or something.
Yep.
So that way it does get a time to get the tabulations filled up and get a year basically on us. Would that be okay, Brian? I know you
And
have
it's
to do
fine.
some
I
work
mean,
there, but
They sent me the information.
yeah.
You're just being the messenger.
Yeah. I'm
Just
being
let them
We
know that
appreciate that.
let them know that we want that information to give. We want to wait till later in the year.
Okay.
Okay, the next couple things, the badge access. I know we've been having that on there, and I think we got some of it starting to go now,
We have it
right?
in all the buildings.
Does it
3
work?
That work. 3 utility buildings, one back here. And I gotta wait for the door to get replaced, the wastewater, and that'd be all of them that we had on that quote tab done at this
So,
time.
so then we go to this badge system, we no longer need keys for the buildings?
We'll have keys in case something happens to the badge system, but,
The keys will still work, but you're gonna use the key
Okay.
fob more than anything.
right. key
The
fob-
badge is what, you'll use the badge so you don't have to dig your keys out of your pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And then we're gonna have to limit keys too. I mean, you still don't want everybody to have the key
yeah, I mean,
access.
how are we gonna go, who is gonna get these badges and who, you know, and how many people and how we're gonna spread them apart? We've never really discussed that. I mean, is all your employees gonna have a badge to all your buildings?
To our buildings. They do not have access to this one.
So every badge is different?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We got contractors,
Well, I mean, I figure, but
he was supposed to show me today how to get onto it, but didn't have a chance to do the badges. Actually, I have the linemen in here working, the contractors, they have the badges to get in an electric barn because they got equipment in there. And that's the only building they can get in.
okay,
So.
and they're
And then when
working.
they're done, I can go in there and,
Like,
So does anybody have a badge for this here yet?
oh, yeah, they all do.
They all do.
Okay, I didn't know. I got a key, that's how I've always came in, so that's
when do we get
fine.
our badges?
As soon as I learn how to program them.
I don't even know that I need a badge, but I guess it's nice.
It's not,
He was here today.
Okay, so we're getting close. You're, you got a little bit more work to do on the badge situation, but maybe you can just give a follow-up when you know it's ready and the proper people receive badges. Maybe that's something we talk about with the RDC. Maybe the badge goes to one individual there, maybe the RDC president, maybe.
yeah, it's
Well, that's
inside
true.
door
Then you
now.
still gotta have a key to get
When the
inside.
badge is used, you know what time it is and who used
Yeah,
it
you-
to.
But that's only gonna get you in this door. It will not get you in to have a meeting here, though.
Yeah, there's the key fob, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, now, so need a key anyway, because we have a power outage.
And then just real quick, do you have anything on the update on the shooting range, Brian? I
What
think
was
that's,
that, Phil? I'm sorry.
how about the shooting range? I know we
It's too
put the,
cold out.
okay. But that's still in the works, it's just a ways away.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna put a backstop up with tires.
So it's a little ways
End up with
away.
some tires down to use to stack up, but it's gonna be down the road a ways.
You guys got anything?
No,
I just got one quick thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Thank Glenn for putting up the new neighborhood watch signs.
They look,
He's got some new signs,
Oh.
other ones have been up
we're
for.
about 6 short, but they're waiting, they don't have any more.
Previous
Just on
ones
different
been up
streets?
For how long?
What?
You
Those
put
first
them up
ones
on
were
different streets?
They were up, we looked at back, it was 23 years.
That's how long they lasted.
I haven't seen that.
It's, I
Where
don't
they
think-
at? All over,
One
or?
right here on Main Street.
I haven't noticed, I guess.
End of town.
Okay, good.
Obviously, you're not.
I'm driving too fast, I guess.
They're just put up today.
I'm a speeder.
They just put them up today.
Oh.
Oh, I can say I'm
I
not
saw them
seeing.
today.
Look, open your eyes.
Blind in one eye, I can't see out of the other. All right, just for a quick seconds, we are ready to go. Does anybody have anything? We'll give that an opportunity to someone. No? Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming. We appreciate it. We'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
There's a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.